Hello and welcome
And
to
one.
episode one. And one after we hit the start button. Anyway, episode 164 of the Gochuucast.
I mean,
We
they get the and one.
anyway, last week we weren't here. Um, we were. I think we were supposed to do an episode with just me and Spat, but then we didn't schedule it.
I was in Canada.
Yeah, PK we knew was gonna be
Yeah.
away, but Spat and I forgot to schedule, and it was like Friday at night, and I'm like, guess it's
Yeah,
Joe.
I got busy on Thursdays anyway, so yeah.
I was at Animathon in Edmonton, which
How was it?
was good. It's so like Daniel and I went to AX
AX.
together a few years ago, which was pretty hype because of like announcements and stuff like that. Um, I feel like most conventions I've gone to since then have been much more like conventions and like chill, I guess, compared to AX, where it was kind of like go from big announcement to big announcement.
Hmm.
But the big thing Animathon had, which Houston also had, that was really nice, was the big concerts. And so I got to see a few different groups.
But yeah,
So
I saw
the
something
biggest
on
one,
Instagram. Yeah.
the biggest one being Claris. I got to see
Oh
Claris
yeah.
live, which, if you know anything about me, Claris is one of my favorite groups. So on that
How
same
was
day, also got to see Asaka, and I was basically front row for both of those, um, which was fun. Asaka is the Guru Camp, and among other things, but most people know her for the Eurocamp songs. And then on the day before, I got to see a group. So it's six two, but they pronounce it six. I'm not really entirely sure why. Um, which was decent. I didn't know them from anything beforehand. They put on a good show. The vocalist is really funny. And Juna and Maine were the other two on the Friday, and so pretty solid cast of people. I didn't stay for the Sunday music performance. I'm sure that was also good. I want to say that was the Vocaloid stuff. It was good. Claris Live was phenomenal. They actually stayed in the same hotel as us,
Wow.
as did Six. So there no like big interactions there, but we did cross paths.
That's that's awesome. That is cool.
And it was really so Claris I only saw from a distance. I didn't like get to say anything or do anything, but they were just kind of like in the hotel apparently with basically just like no real security. They're just kind of in hanging in the hotel at one point, which was funny. Two of the friends who were in my group got to go up and be like, "Hey, good concert the other day," something like that. But I did get to talk to the six members for a second, and that was kind of fun.
Nice, nice.
We also met.
Yeah, that
There's a cosplayer that goes to a lot of these conventions and will cosplay as pre-con characters. And I've seen her before, but we actually got to meet her at this one. So shout out to
Can you
her.
like exchange like Musume IDs or something?
Yes. We exchanged Umamusume IDs and
oh,
Instagrams. So, Umamusume
nice.
friend.
Beast. Wait, what was the name of the third six? What was it?
So it's I'll type it out because
Yeah.
this is the name typed out, but they pronounce it six.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
not
yeah, I see
entirely
them.
sure
Yeah.
why.
Okay. Right.
The copyright was taken for the Z and the S to get creative.
Unique name. Okay. They're
You know,
very
I didn't even think about it
unique.
that way. When you say it that way, I get it suddenly.
I mean, I don't know if that's true at all, but like it could be. Like that's like the most reasonable thing I can think of.
Yeah, 2 looks like a Z. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Could have done like a
That is
5,
cool.
maybe. Like a. Surely this looks a little more like what you're going for.
Yeah.
Or you can
That one was
you can
taken, bro.
do
That one
that.
was taken.
Were these both taken? So they had to settle for 2.
Yeah.
You couldn't do sick 5 to look
You
like
think they
6,
didn't
or
try those?
6 or
Come on.
6 to look like 6. They had to go for sick 2.
There also could be a translation thing of some sort, but I don't know what it
How
would
many
be.
how many people are in the group? Is it just 2 of them? Maybe that's why.
4. There's
Oh,
4.
Yeah,
I got no
man.
clue, man. I don't know.
I just looked
The
them up. They have a very unique appearance. So
yeah, I mean they
among
are what
other-
they are. The vocalist was hilarious. Their music was good. It isn't like really my style of music, but I enjoyed the concert. But the singer was just really funny, and he would just like do shit and say things.
Yeah, he looks like a character for sure. Some of these music videos, they're out there.
Yeah, so that was Animathon. I did not overspend this time. I just got a couple fake keychains and Umumusme Kita-san Black keychain.
Fake keychains. Oh, Fate. I thought you said fake. I was like, wait, Fate.
Fate.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Fate.
did let. There was the stand where we got the Umumusme keychains. We talked to the person who ran the stand the first day. She was dressed up as Rice Shower, and we were going by the second day. She was dressed up as Haru Urara. And so we were like, oh, let's let her do our free pulls in Umumusme. But I had already done my free pull, so I was like, you know what? I'll let her do a tenfold for me. And she got me a rice shower.
A rice shower.
So it was very blessed. Also 2 Harus in my tenfold, if I remember correctly. I think every person she pulled for got a Haru
That's funny.
as she was in Haru cosplays.
I mean, it's like statistically likely that you would pull a Haru, but it's funny.
It was just fun to see. Mine was late. I got the rice shower, and then we kept going with the tenfold, and I was like, "Where's my Haru, though?" The keychain's pretty cute, though. I think I posted it
Yeah, you did.
somewhere. Daniel's seen it.
Just speaking of Umumusme, I've been on a tear. I mean, I always say I'm gonna lock in, but for the Umumusme anime, I'm locked in. I have, in the span of a couple days, I've blitzed through season 1, 2, and I'm a fourth of the way through, or I'm a third of the way through 3.
Oh yes. So that this was where I was standing for the Asaka and Claris concert. I've watched season 1 forever ago. I'm 2/3 through season 2 and halfway through season 3. Please, no further questions.
I'm just not even surprised at this point, so I'm just gonna leave it. But it bothers me a lot.
It is both incredibly on brand and also a new precedent for me to be watching two. Oh yeah, I forgot you had me on IG.
True.
For me to be watching 2 separate seasons of the same anime.
Yeah, that is like, yeah. I
This is
understand why,
like
but like, it's still funny.
this is definitely a new bar.
I mean, you already know what happens in season 2. I'm resuming anyway.
I know enough about horse racing.
I see. Wish I hadn't gotten like
Unfortunately,
as spoiled as I had on it, because I don't know horse racing, even though I live in the horse racing state. Granted, this is Japanese horse racing anyway, but
when I played JP, I looked up all of the history of Tokai Teo and Kitsu-san Black, so I know both of those
I see. Yeah, that'll do it.
because they were
Like the
2
history of
of
the, like
the
the
ones
actual
I
race
liked the
horses.
most.
Okay.
Yes, and then I realized shortly through season 2 that they're literally just adapting
Real life.
the careers of the racehorses, and they're animating it up, of course. But
Yeah, I went through season 1. Season 1 is kind of meh.
season 1, I don't believe they Well, the last race obviously is not real, but I don't remember if season 1 was very like. I think season 1 was not really adapting as like we're just gonna show the careers of prominent racehorses. I think season 1 was trying to be like make an anime out of it.
It definitely
Like I
wasn't
felt
as
like it was
close
trying too
to
hard.
reality as other things because I did because I knew season 2 was like based in reality, and so I looked up
Mhm.
and spoilers for season 1, but in season 1 at the Japanese Derby Special Week and El Condor Pasa have a dead heat, so they tie and both won, but that doesn't happen in real
That
life
just
because
doesn't happen.
Condor
Yeah.
was not allowed to participate in the Derby because she's a foreign horse. And there's like
Yes.
only been like one dead heat ever or some shit, and it's very much not with Special Week. So
Yes.
I don't know exactly why they did that.
It's also funny, because of them doing that. I think the special week horse feels weaker because of her anime representation, but the special week horse is broken.
Like the real horse.
Like the real horse special week, he's crazy.
It is funny, like I feel like all the characters in Umumusme have like all the main characters they've had so far just like have aura, but then there's like Special Week and she's like kind of a doofus throughout the
Yes,
entirety of season one.
that's exactly it.
Yeah, I
She
feel
just do.
it's definitely like a weaker story. It's like I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like season 2 is like genuinely like a great like season of the show that you would wish you could just like tell people go watch season 2, but you gotta watch season 1. Not only just to have an
Mhm.
understanding of what's going on, but also just because like you meet the characters, actually get to know them a
Yeah,
little bit.
I just don't think it's realistic to
Skip season 1.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same way I feel about Bandori. Like, technically, do you have to watch season 1 to enjoy the rest of Bandori? No. But, like, yes, you should.
yeah, 'cause, I mean you definitely need to watch season 1 to get a hold of like because some horses don't get featured basically after season 1, but and then some are like Special Week and Silent Suzuka, for example, are like very prominently featured in season 1, but in season 2 they get like the occasional lines. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like generally enjoyed season 1, but that's just because I like the game, and so it was cool to see the all the characters that I've been playing with like in the game, and maybe some ones that I'll be playing with in the future. But
It
then
was funny because I did my tier list earlier, and I did it with Mars, who is purely anime only. And it was funny him seeing the difference of, like, because I played JP, I played Global now a little bit, and I also have watched about half of the anime content. And he was just like, it's funny, some of the characters you have like opinions of versus others because of whether you had game exposure or not, or whether you've seen their part of the anime or not.
yeah, no, as a Biono Top Gun enjoyer, I was very disappointed in season 2 for her to get technically like 2 lines. One of them was like their
She,
recurring joke where they like and they're talking in their sleep about how they can't finish all their food, and then the other one's
but
like
she's so eepy.
she just sleeps literally the entire season. And I'm definitely not seeing her in season 3. They couldn't
No, I don't
handle
think so.
they couldn't adapt her existence into season 2. Granted, I don't know how you would even put her in, but
It was just funny because there's someone's like winning ticket, for example, that's just like a base unit in the game, but she's not in the anime. So when I mention her, and Mars is just like, who?
I mean, winning tickets in season 2, and then there's like OVAs after season 1 that like feature the like B&W group. I didn't watch that though. I'll get to that eventually, but
Yeah.
forgot it existed. I like miscalculated where it was. I thought it was after season 2, and then it was like
Or
nope.
like he saw Narita Bryan on my tier list, who's
She
like
appears for like
briefly
2
mentioned in
seconds in
season
season
one.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, they mention her in season one because she's a Triple Crown winner, and that's it. I feel like she participates in some of the races in season two, but not like notably.
I
I
don't
just think
remember
she's
ever
in
seeing
some of
her.
them.
Maybe
I
she
don't
did,
remember for
but
sure.
I don't know.
I swear I remember seeing her in season 2 content, but I could be wrong.
I feel like your Fs are very interesting.
Well, okay. So specific beefs. Simbali Rudolph.
You don't like her puns?
I hate puns. Notable pun hater. And I just don't like her in general. Was it Major Orion? Is that the
Yes, that's Metro
short-haired
Ryan.
one? F's maybe a little mean. I just don't care for her.
I don't really care that much
I
for her
have.
either, but I don't know if I'd like put her in the depths of F.
That's why I say F might be a little mean. I think I just wanted F to look more filled out because originally it was only Agnes Tachyon and Sayun Sky. The other two were in D, and I was like,
What do you
I
have
need
against
to.
both of them, though?
I haven't
Because I
seen
like
anime content
Saiyan Sky in
for.
season 1.
Okay, let's start with Agnes Tachyon. She's just not really my vibe, right?
I mean,
I
fair
haven't
enough.
watched her anime content. Apparently, that may sway my opinions according to people. It's just not my vibe. Fucking Saiyan Sky. I've had to race against this horse in JP so many times. She's gonna be in Global soon. Don't particularly like her from season 1, although I don't think she was like particularly bad or offensive in season 1 content. But this fucking horse in the game pisses me off. I hate racing against Saiyan Skies in PvP.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be seeing her. Her ult is like she's like
It'll
the
be
big
like,
parent
yeah,
horse, so she'll be all over the place.
yep. So it's specifically game beef, but also like I didn't care for her anime that much either. And someone's got to be at the bottom.
Yeah, I'll make my
There's
tier
like some
list
other.
at some point.
It's easier the farther you get because like there's a lot of stuff I just didn't put on here.
I'll probably
Um,
go through all the content before I make it, rather than like do it as I go.
that's valid.
All right, but yeah.
Anyway,
Hopefully, now that I'm like binging through Uma, I'll be able to like binge everything else after, and then I'll catch up to
ride your
everything, and I'll be
momentum.
free. Yeah, because actually, I had a little
Who
momentum.
was the gatekeeper?
I had a little momentum going before Uma, actually, because I've caught up to not one, but 2 other seasonals that I hadn't watched an episode of. I caught up to Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, and I caught up to Dress Up Darling season 2.
Shit.
Uh, yeah, Fragrant Flower, they're cooking on the animation. I haven't read the manga in a while, and I don't think it's perfect by any means. It's like it's very cute. It's very like fluff. There is a lot of it's very melodramatic. I think is its biggest like flaw for me. It keeps me from being like, oh, this is like the peak of fiction. But so far, the adaptation has been extremely good. Like it looks like movie quality, like pretty much every episode. Um, and then Dress Up Darling season 2, I was pretty lukewarm on season 1. Season 2's been so good. Uh, like the animation and direction has like to say leveled up would be an understatement. Like holy shit, it's gotten so much
Oh
better.
shit.
Like season 1 already looked like good to begin with, but like season 2, oh my goodness, chef's kiss. It looks great.
I've kept up on one seasonal. Other than
Other than what we've what's it?
one
Is that
single
Silent
seasonal.
Witch?
It is Silent Witch.
Yes, I am caught up on that too. I've been caught up on that though.
That is the one. This is just like I'm a sucker for like anime where they're secretly someone that they shouldn't be, but no one knows. But then I'm like, at some point, someone's got to find out. And I'm
Perhaps.
like, who's gonna be the first one to figure it out?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've heard like the story actually gets kind of like intricate later. Maybe not even later.
I
I
mean,
don't know. It's
that's
like
not.
intricate in general. Like, it is in like it becomes more because like right now it's kind of I guess like more I
It's
don't want
pretty
to say
straightforward.
campy,
Yeah.
but like it's much more character driven. So it'll be interesting to like see the actual plot kick in because there's definitely a lot of room for
There's a ton
growth
of
there.
room. It's a very interesting potential world. I don't want to say it's an interesting world because really we don't have enough information about how things work there
Yeah, we haven't really
to
seen the
say,
world. We've seen like the school, basically, is all
but
we've seen.
it's the lack of information makes it feel like there's potential for it to do cool things, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've enjoyed it
Although
so
I
far.
still don't understand how magic works in their world. But that's kind of
Math.
like it's kind of like a adaptation of a novel thing to not like properly explain the magic system because nobody wants to spend 7 minutes learning the magic system except for me. So I'm willing to bet if I read through the first volume of the novel, I would probably learn a decent amount about that of like what I'm missing for the magic system.
Do they usually explain it in novels, like for these kinds of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So like with Revo, for example, they didn't really explain too much of the magic system in the anime, but in the novel, it had like a full, basically chapter explaining like the whole how the magic worked in that universe.
I guess my like with like some of the shows, or not shows, but like I guess like stories or things with magic. It's like it can kind of get explained to you as things go on. But yeah, I guess depending on the show or the book, it's like it might be better just to explain up front. But yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, since it's been a wee bit, we have things to talk about. AKA, we have 3 shows, which will drop out. Well, we have 5. We have, none of us are caught up to either
We
Summer
have
Pockets
I
or
we
the
think
have,
I think we'll
Witch
probably
Watcher.
go through that at the end. But like those shows are like, I mean, not the end, but maybe next time. I don't know. Yeah, we're just fine on this.
apparently Mars was saying something's happened in Summer Pockets that he's excited for us to
Okay,
talk
yeah.
about. And I'm like, that's fair. I will get to that by next week's podcast episode.
Yeah, I'll be done with Umamusume by then. Okay, I can find time in my schedule to allow Summer Pockets and Witch Watch to be caught up on. But yeah, I mean, for this
Just
week,
glad that you finally just removed the bandage of watching Uma Musume because you've just been debating it for weeks.
I would have just been like sitting there, like I'll watch an episode of something and like kind of want to like
This could be
watch.
Uma Musume,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
this could be Umamusume, and then I open the game like could be watching Umamusume. Like my brain is just wired. I'm like I'm only allowed to consume the horse content right now. But we have 3 shows, which will drop to 2, which will then re-expand to 4 once we catch up to the other ones. I guess we can just start with
I
Takapizuru
think it
to
works
Sin.
because Takapi being a finished product has a decent amount of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, so last time we only talked up to episode 4, so that's where you were.
Was it up to 4? Okay.
Yeah. So 5 and
So it's
6.
5 and 6 where shit starts getting wacky. Not in a bad way.
Yeah, 5 was
Definitely
But
crazy.
5 is insane.
5 was crazy. Five sent me down a lot of different like what is like I knew what was going on, but it was also like what is going on.
Mhm.
So it starts them going to Tokyo.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And surprise, the dad's a piece of shit as well. Because the one thing
Yeah.
this depiction of human life uh will never let us down on is all of the parents being sacks of shit.
Literally, like every
Yeah, I mean that's a
person
huge
in this
thing,
show
right?
is
Yeah.
evil except for like Ozma and his brother. Literally everyone else is just
Azuma's
evil.
brother is actually the only good person in this show. That is true.
Well, okay.
I said and his
It
brother,
makes
not just his brother specifically, because I don't think
I don't
Ozma's.
think I don't think the kids are like actually
Well, they're
evil. I
not
mean, I think
evil, but like they're
yeah, of course they have like
they're products of their
I
big
mean,
faults that
circumstances.
you know.
yeah, that's like the whole point.
Yeah, the whole
Um,
but it's like their parents' influence on them is like so strong that like yeah, they're gonna. I mean, in the show they've done a lot of like really terrible things, but yeah,
yeah.
I still wouldn't argue
So
they're like actually evil, but yeah, yeah.
yeah. So we obviously learned that Chappie is not around.
Yeah, I mean we've known that as like
I feel like yeah, it's kind of
adults
implied.
watching the
Yeah.
show. Obviously we knew like Chappie was cooked the moment he bit someone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then also, does Takabe just like fly back home and leave her in Tokyo? By the way,
No, no,
did
because what happened was he never flew. She like hit him with a fucking rock or whatever, and then
Mhm.
he, I guess, went. He got his memories
Then
back, and
he
then
like
he
had
went
all
back.
his memories.
But he never flew home. He flew home when Marina was like, "Damn, we should have killed Shizuka," and he's like, "Okay, bet, don't
No,
worry, I got a
cause
plan."
no, cause doesn't he fly back? We get all the memories, and then I thought he flies back to the playground that they always met at, and then it shows the seasons passing, and she runs into him,
I thought you meant he flew back home
and
when you said he
that's
flew back without her. I'm like, no, but no. I mean, he went. I don't think it's a
no,
matter
but he
of
like
he.
literally
I don't think he ditched her. I think she beat him with a rock, and then he
yes,
was
and then
like,
he left.
I don't know
Yeah,
where she is anymore. I'm just gonna like go
like
back and wait."
I don't mean it like that. I mean it like he just flew back home.
Well, yeah, I think
It just waited
he
there.
lost her and just went back and waited, and then
Yeah,
eventually she came back,
that's
as
fair.
opposed to like
But
he
yeah,
just.
so she beats him in the rock, with the rock, and then in not necessarily a plot twist, but the weird turn of events, we unlock all of Takapi's old memories.
I mean, I would call it a little bit of a plot twist. I mean, his whole purpose in coming to Earth was, I mean, I guess
Being like to
originally it
spread
was to make people
happiness,
happy,
and
but
then
like then eventually, we've learned he's already been through this song and dance with Marina instead in
and
a
so instead
previous
his
timeline.
purpose here was to kill Shizuka specifically.
Yeah, can you imagine like being like
Um,
the mom on like Planet Happy? He comes back, she's like, "Yeah, I gotta turn back time and go kill this bitch." And it's like, "Oh, damn, I
she
gotta
was
erase your
she
memories."
was she was like, yeah, she was literally like, if that's what we're doing here, we're starting over, refresh. And then
Yeah.
he just dips.
Yeah, so I mean, she like he smacked her, and she was just so surprised. Like, probably literally never felt like pain inflicted on her in her existence as a giant octopus on Planet Happy.
Hmm.
But then bro went back with whatever memories he had.
Well, and that's exactly why when he leaves, she's like, "What was that? How could you do that? You should have just talked to me the whole time." Which I thought was just funny because it was a different being, right? Not humans, but it was her being like, "We have to like hard reset you into when he leaves," and she's like, "We should have talked things out. Why didn't you tell me?"
Yeah. Anyway,
Um, but yeah, we find out that when he originally came to Earth, he was friends with Marina,
which is interesting
and
because it means he
Yeah, it's
eventually
crazy twist.
he was there at like a later time. It looked like.
yeah, it went up. It was 6 years, wasn't it? It
Yeah,
said
it was like a
2022,
yeah, it was like a 6 year difference between when he first went there, and then I guess I don't know
and
why
when he went back.
yeah, he just went back and even further to go kill her earlier. I guess if I mean he forgot,
That
but
makes yeah.
and if you
Um,
think about it, he actually did succeed at first, technically.
yeah, kind of did succeed, and then undid it again.
Yeah,
Um, But yeah, which, like I said at the beginning of the show, we were getting into it. I kind of felt like I want the show to find a way for all three of them to be resolved, and as like weird and like needing to take a second to follow everything. Like this was a pathway to getting us there, was establishing like, oh, Takabi also had a like friendship with Marina in a different
Yeah,
timeline.
it was a way to kind of get people to, because I mean, a lot of the discourse I saw early on in the show was like, oh, we killed Marina, awesome, dude, like she deserved to die. I'm like, oh damn, like okay, so I think most people
It was
understand the point of the show, but like they decide not to care anyway. I guess because it's fiction or
yeah.
whatever. But I
It was
think
like yes but no. Like
I
was Marina a piece of shit? Like little
yeah,
brat?
yeah,
Yes.
but it
But the
should
point
she
was
deserved to
never
get
yeah.
whacked with the happy camera and die. No. Because
No.
at the end of the day, she was a product of the poor decisions of the people around her.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
there's
kind of
like
like
a
Which isn't
there's
like
a
an
part of the
excuse, but
there's a
It
part
was
of the
kind of like the point of both
Go
of
ahead.
their character, both Marina and Shizuka, was that we get near the end, and it's like they are both good and bad people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're kids, but
So like the point that I think is like it's actually brought up in this episode is like when Marina and Takapi were like walking like outside, um Takapi's like, "Oh, you've been copying your mother." And he's like, "Oh,
yes,
that must be how parents like learn how to like raise their kids, right?" Which is like so true that like well, two things. It's like
this
parents
was
raise
a
their
great,
kids
yeah,
parents often raise their kids how they were raised. Number one, maybe not exactly, but a lot of elements of that. And then number two is like kids are just often just a reflection of often, I mean, not always, but like often a reflection of how they're treated by their parents, like how their parents behave. Um, the kid sees the parent as an authority figure and someone they have respect for, and then um, innately they just tend to follow the behavior. So the parents are very kind to other people, have all these positive attributes. They tend to follow the same way. So it's like that's like something that's like very, very important to like think about it. I mean, it's a central part of the entire show, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, and then episode 6, this is like the one problem I ever had with the show is I hate how they resolved the
let's see why.
the issue. It's like, oh, you know, I have these happy powers, so I can use this camera one more time. Like, all
One more time
right,
by
all right, motherfucker.
sacrificing myself?
He
Question
didn't, he
mark.
didn't sacrifice himself. He just like left their lives.
I
Which
don't.
like,
Yeah,
because I just use my happy powers, get to use the camera one more time, and then he was gone. I thought when Ozma handed him the camera that Ozma had like fixed it up or something,
fixed it
and
somehow.
I would have
Yeah,
been
Yeah.
more fine with that conclusion than like, oh yeah, let me use
him
my
just being
my
like, "I
magical
fixed your
powers to
camera."
fix the camera, and I can use it one more time to go back and like undo all the horrible shit that happened. Um, I thought I thought it was a bit lazy, but I don't know. I mean,
I
I guess
also kind of feel that way, but
it's only I only feel it's lazy because like there's more like a more plausible solution surely you could have come up with that would have like
Yeah.
been just as quick to explain and then like
I
execute.
kind of
But
wish, like, what I was expecting was some sort of reconciliation with him in like his race, the
Mm.
Happians, right? And that to kind of be the method, right? Because like the whole him leaving and being kind of like misled into what he was supposed to do with the Marina path, it made me feel like, okay, well now he's lived through all this stuff with Shizuka and kind of like learned a lot from that and regained his memories from the first experience where he didn't know what he was doing at all, essentially. And so I was like, I don't know. I feel like there could be some sort of like moral reconciliation between him and his home planet. And that then could be the method for how he's able to kind of solve everything.
Yeah. I did not like the conclusion there, but I felt like it's like not that important, like in comparative to everything else. Like it wasn't
I like
like
the message overall. I didn't love I didn't love like how they got there. I thought the message overall at the end was pretty good.
Yes, the
Like
message
just
overall was great.
like, well, yeah. I mean, there were multiple messages, but I think like the part where Shizuka was about to, well, did him with the rock,
Yeah.
and the conversation they had at the end, and like, you know, emphasizing that they're alone, like her and Marina are like people who are alone, but like, you know, talking things out with other people, that's like, you know, going to be helpful even if you can't completely understand, you know, what the other person is going through, and you
Well,
don't have
and
a solution for it. That's like, I like
that's
that.
that's why I felt like having some sort of scene where he actually gets to like talk to the mother and like that be part of the solution like
Yeah,
thematically made sense.
that would be good. Yeah, I
So I
agree.
don't know, I feel like the end result was good. I just feel like we could have fleshed it out with like another episode of some sort of plot that like
Mhm.
gets us there more smoothly.
I think
Yeah, I
everything
feel like I don't
the
understand
only
his
thing
world very well still, but I
the
don't
only
know.
thing I'm hung up on is just like the whole I can use the camera one more time, don't worry. After, like the whole
Yeah, that part
point
was the
of like the tension of every episode is kind of built on the fact that like we can no longer redo this, even though that was
And
like
then
yeah.
what we thought the plot was going to be, which is like continuously like going back to fix things.
we secretly have one last redo.
Yeah, it's not like that one last redo
Um
was ever like established in any capacity. It's just kind of like pulled out of the ass.
yeah. I also think it's funny. I guess because we're focusing on the two girls, the end conclusion kind of just like hand waves over Ozma's development, with just like the little line about like him playing video games with his brother and kind of just like chilling a little bit.
Yeah, I mean
I
it
guess it's
fits.
because we got a huge kind of arc with him.
Yeah, we had like a
But
whole
yeah, I
episode
agree.
with it, like
Yeah,
really
we
like two
did.
episodes
We
with
did
it.
have a whole
I guess
thing with
there's no
him,
like
and
extended conclusion with it. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, he got his big speech in the episode 2, talking to
Yeah,
Takapi and
I
his
think
effect on him. So it's like we didn't need it necessarily. Like the minimum of what we needed was just the conclusion of where the relationship between the two of them sits,
yeah, I think
the girls. But
like his is fine, especially given like what the end message was, where it's like there's gonna be like someone there for you. Though I did see
mhm.
one criticism of that in like um it is like a true and like useful statement that like yeah there's no like Takabe disappearing is kind of like there's no pink alien blob guy that's gonna come from Planet Happy to come fix shit for you.
Yeah,
Um, but like there'll be someone there, but like not everyone will always have someone to go to. Um, and I guess it's like one place the anime missed for
yeah,
some people. But you
that's
can't. I
like
also don't think you can like.
that's a like pessimist view, right? Which is fair.
I don't know if
There's
I
some
call it a
realism to that
pessimist view.
too.
Like there are gonna be situations like that. I just think it's not fair to expect the anime to like offer a solution to every problem that exists because there's always gonna be like
Yes,
case
exactly.
specific things. Um,
Like I think that's a beef to have with the conclusion, just because you want to have a beef with the
I
conclusion.
mean, I think it's a fair thing to like think, but also you can't expect the world of every piece of media.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's not like it's up specifically to Takabe's original sin to come up with the solution to, like, if everyone had the solution to beat world peace already.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the solution's very simple: is don't be assholes to other people. But unfortunately, most people cannot fathom that one.
It's why it's funny. This is done through the lens of like the kids, but also, as we say, like pretty much all of the adults in this are pieces of work.
Yeah, no, they're all horrible people in their own way.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was extremely
Loved
good.
it.
Even
Loved it.
I would
Dude,
say
you know, oh god.
I would say it's probably an extremely strong contender for anime of the year at this point for me, and probably a lot of people.
Yeah, loved
I
it.
would say it's fair. I don't know that it'll have like the people watching it to get that type of traction
I don't think
Which is a
it'll.
shame.
I don't think
within
it'll
general
win,
public, but
but like I'm just being for me personally, because obviously
yeah,
Solo Leveling season 2 is just gonna win anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Solo Leveling's like the new Demon Slayer. I need that shit gone. I need Demon Slayer gone, and then world peace will be restored. And by that I mean just gonna like the anime of the year is gonna go to the next mid shonen that drops. Speaking of mid though,
there's another Gintama coming out. Sorry, this is not important.
No, I was gonna say we had one of our guests, Ed. Um, he does
psychology.
like psychology, analysis of shows. And
Probably did some stuff for this, right?
well, okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I actually, I went to his chat because I'm like, dude, this is like the perfect show. And apparently he's gotten like so many angry messages about like people really wanted him to react to the show. Obviously, it's like perfect for that. And he's gotten so many angry like messages, people like DMing him in like 7 paragraphs, like you need to react to the show. That I mean, I
That
don't
he
blame
just
him. He's
won't
gotten
do it.
frustrated, so he's like
Yeah,
just
that's
not going to
fair.
do it. I don't blame him, but it is
I
a
don't
little
know
bit
if he's
sad.
just not
But
gonna do it in general. I did see some of that because I saw he's taking like a break from anime to like do like
yeah, I think he's just doing
analysis
game.
and
But like
stuff.
that was kind of what sparked it. I mean, that's what I was told. So in the chat.
I don't know like where people get the confidence to just like go be stupid. Like, genuinely.
It's like
Like,
if you want to ask is one thing, but like
yeah,
sending all those like crazy messages, like chill,
yeah, let
man.
me like type like a novel to send this guy in an
Yeah,
email meant
that's
for
what anonymity
narcissists.
does.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can just feel
We've
like you can say stuff to
lost
people.
the impact of shame in society. A little shame goes a long way.
Well, that's the point. It's like kind of harder, not hard, but harder to shame people when everything's anonymous.
Well,
People
it's
have the confidence
anonymous,
to
but
like,
like regardless, like it's the same thing. Like
yeah, you can call
like
them
you
out. Yeah,
can, like people will still get affected by online comments regardless of
sure.
whether they're anonymous or not. And so people, I don't know. I'm not saying you gotta like beat these people down, but like call them out on it. Just shitty
Yeah, of
behavior.
course, of course.
But yeah. Anyway, uh, we. I always think okay. I keep forgetting we have like Bunny Girl Senpai as one of our shows. I'm like looking at Summer
Yeah.
Hikaru died. I'm like, what's our third show? We have a third show. What is that? But yeah, I guess
Anyway,
yeah, Summer Hikaru died. Let me just get this out of the way, man. This show pisses me off a lot.
It
Because
does.
we've
Yeah,
watched 6 episodes, and I think I've watched the same same episode 6 times, to be completely
it
honest.
does feel like that a little bit. Yeah.
So
it like has all of the makings of something that I can be really interested in, but we haven't gotten to the part where I'm really interested in it, if that makes sense.
So, like the problem is like every now and then it might like give you a morsel of progress, but every episode always ends with a return to the status quo, and it pisses me off so much.
Yeah.
How many times is Yoshiki gonna be like, damn, my friend who is not actually my friend because it's like an evil monster god alien thing, is evil, and then I probably shouldn't be involved with this, and then he like tries to distance
And then
himself,
he's
and then
like,
he like
but
falls,
he's
fall,
yeah.
but he's my friend, he looks like my friend, he's basically my friend, and then he falls back to the where we start the episode where he's like completely chill with him, and it feels like it's been escalating more recently in terms of like the things that Hikaru is like fake Hikaru is doing, and like Yoshi's just letting him get away with it is insane. uh I don't remember if both of these things happened in the same episode or not. I don't think they did. So episode episode 5, I think, is when Yoshiki finds out that Hikaru killed the one old lady in episode 1. He's like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I can be
Yeah.
around you anymore. And then in the end, he just fucking like goes back. He just like is chill with him again. And it's like, what? I don't remember if that was episode 5 or not. But I will say I remember was in episode 6. I'm clicking through episode 5. I don't think it was 5 anymore. That I'm actually like looking at it. Because that was when he went to his house to like kill the shower demon thing.
Isn't the beginning of 6?
It might have been the beginning of 6. I don't remember. I'm gonna start clicking through 6 in a second. But I do remember having in
Wait,
6
maybe
though was spoiler for PK because he's an episode behind, I guess. But at the end of the episode, the like short-haired girl goes to Hikaru and is like, yeah, who are you really? And he's like, ah, shit, gotta kill her. And so he's about to kill her, and then Yoshiki rolls up, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And so obviously Hikaru freaks out because he's like, oh no, Yoshiki's gonna be mad at me. Like, I don't want that. And then so she lives and doesn't really have memory of the incident, so that's all fine. But then at the end of the episode, when it looks like maybe, this relationship might be a little too fractured, the ending's playing or whatever, and then the ending scene, Yoshiki's in front of that motherfucker's house in the morning to walk to school together. I hate this guy. I fucking hate him. It's insane. It's the same thing every episode. Hikaru will do something insane and scary, and he'll be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't be involved, and he gets fucking involved with them again. It's 6 episodes of that shit.
That's true love, bro.
It's always a return to the status quo. Nothing changes, and you can, like, this guy is out looking for him, but like he doesn't, like, it never feels like we're making progress to him like actually finding him. He's like, he's got a stupid little hamster.
Yeah,
and he's going around.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's been here. Like, yeah, it's, bitch, like, go find him. You've been doing nothing for however many days. Like, dude sacrificed a whole organ to put up a single barrier at a single, like, Torii gate. And what did it do other than alert you to the fact that it exists? And you already knew that. It's just insane to me. I just don't know. I've said multiple times, I don't know, like, where the show is going to get its longevity from. And this is where it's going to get its longevity from. It's just doing the same shit over and over again until it maybe finally changes. I'm just not.
No, I was. Yeah.
Interested.
I'm so conflicted because, like, I agree with everything you said. That, like, I mean, one of my main criticisms after when we discussed it last time in like episode 3, I think, is like, I feel like every episode has something a little bit interesting that keeps me kind of invested, but I feel like there's not that much progress, and I'm still at the exact same place where it's like, I hate that, like, there's absolutely no progress, but like, I also am not like there's always something small that's kind of interesting that I kind of want to know more about, but I feel like I never learn anything, which is like, it's so frustrating to watch. Like,
That's
it's
why
actually
I
like,
said, it feeds you little morsels. Like, it'll like lead you
yeah,
along
it's
with, like,
that
a
morsel.
trail
It's like,
of breadcrumbs.
it doesn't actually do anything to like make you ask any more questions, or it makes you ask any more questions, but it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it doesn't answer previous questions that you had, but it's like kind of interesting enough to keep you there, which is like, oh, it's so frustrating.
It's like the show looks great and it has a very good vibe to it. Like, I think they are adapting like the horror aesthetic and like atmosphere very well. But then like you go through an episode and you're like, yep, that was an episode. We did the exact same thing again, basically. And I'm just waiting for like the dam to break, basically, because I can't keep the status quo the whole time. Because the whole purpose right now is that there is this monster guy who very well, like, and we've seen him inch closer and closer to like possessing Yoshiki or whatever the fuck he's doing, mixing with him, and he keeps doing that shit. But then you also have this hunter that's like hunting him, and I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do with him, but I mean, there's all these like things at play, but they aren't amounting to anything, and I don't see them amounting to anything soon because there's no, like, I don't know. every time we end the episode, we're back in the same place we just started. The guy is still looking for him, and Yoshiki is like wary of him, but is still continuing to be his friend in spite of all the horrible things that he is doing.
Yeah. I I mentioned that I had like a crackhead theory, and I still feel like it's like there's almost no basis for it, but um like throughout this show, I mean, there's like very clearly, and this is kind of confirmed, I guess, in episode 4, there's like very clearly like I guess attraction between them. Like
Yes.
yeah, and that's obviously very heavily implied. And then in episode 4, I think he mentions like some family member being homosexual, and like my theory again, it's like super crackhead, but like I feel like the demonic spirit like has something to do with like the this is like again a crackhead theory, so this is out of left field, whatever. Uh, that the demonic spirit has something to do with like the perception of like um I guess LGBT relation. Japan, remember, is like a lot more conservative about that than we are here. But like, I feel like that has something to do with um, like LGBTQ relationships, and like the perception in society. Like the
Like,
reason
you
I
think
like
there's
came up
some
with this crackhead
undertone?
theory was like, do you remember the scene where he? Okay, wait, I guess it's a spoiler. I don't know, but like, um,
It's fine.
he like reaches inside his body to like touch the demon. Like, I feel like all these like these instances where he's coming in contact with the demon is like kind of him accepting this, again, crackhead, but like him like kind of getting a taste of like accepting his sexuality and accepting his feelings. But I don't know, that's like a freaking 2013 Tumblr crackhead theory. I don't care. That's like
Pat's about to be like, there is no demon, it's just a metaphor.
Dude, this
yeah,
is this is
I'm
gonna be
serious,
like
bro. Like, no,
the
there is a demon, but like, I'm pretty sure it has like a deeper meaning,
this is
or
the
that's what I'm
Toradora
convincing myself to
incident
keep
all
myself
over again.
interested. Okay.
I think like what you're saying makes sense, but also I don't think it's gonna be like an in-universe thing, right? Like I make the joke of
Yeah, I
like
think it's
it's a
something an
metaphor
author like is trying to. Yeah,
is
This is
like
like when
incorporated.
you were talking about Minori and Toradora when she like talked about UFOs and ghosts and shit, and you thought she was lesbian or some
oh,
shit.
that was it's a throwback. Yeah,
But I don't know. I mean, I can see where you're trying to come from with that. I don't think
yeah. I
it's
just
just because like the problem at the end of the day, right, is if the like ghost or not ghost, whatever the fuck is possessing Hikaru's body
Mhm.
wasn't evil, I would honestly be on board with your idea of like what they're trying to drive with like the thematic issues of like coming to terms with his sexuality and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the motherfucker is evil, and so I don't know if it's trying to like
Yes.
actually like say anything with that. Just because at the end of the day, you will circle back to that. Yeah, that motherfucker is evil, and obviously it's not like being gay isn't evil, and so I don't think that is quite the. I think
no, I don't think
think you're
it's
cooking, but
evil. I think it has to do with like the perception of it, which I guess is
well,
not
yeah. I
He's
mean,
saying he
as
thinks
true here,
there's
but like
like a bigger metaphor that's
I understand
yeah,
being
like I
implied
essentially.
understand he thinks
here.
there's the bigger metaphor, but I don't think that metaphor would exist in terms of like I think that metaphor would make more sense if Hikaru wasn't evil.
hmm
And
I would
Yeah,
agree with that.
yeah.
It's like what's also weird about the perception of the character that is the fake Hikaru is it's like we keep being fed this like kind of like pretty outer picture of it where it's like doesn't seem inherently evil,
and then he'll go kill
but
somebody or
also
like try to
then
kill
he'll just
someone.
go kill somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
It
just like
almost
as of like a few minutes ago, we got a new visual that doesn't really like say anything, I guess, but maybe that means we're going into like a different part of the story, hopefully.
it almost reminds me when I think of the Hikaru character of Takapi in the sense of like them both being like I think the point of the perception of them, if I'm assuming how this story is supposed to go, is not like that it's the Hikaru character is supposed to be inherently evil. It's more of like the Hikaru character doesn't know being human, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
In the same way that like Takapi doesn't understand a lot of the struggles that the kids go through because he doesn't have a perception of like
I mean,
human.
yeah, Takapi makes more sense. I feel like he shows like blatant ignorance, but
Yeah.
Hikaru's like possessor like acts like a child in a sense. Like it'll do something it knows is blatantly wrong and beg for forgiveness from Yoshiki, and then it'll like continue to do blatantly wrong things. Is the problem
Yeah.
I have there? Like I think dude obviously knows like he shouldn't kill people, but he's like, I mean, who's gonna stop me?
Yeah. Or he's like, this is my only option type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. They're like they're certainly different, and there are big differences between them. It's just I don't know. I can see a path where both stories in very different ways are taking these like non-human characters and putting them in situations where they have to kind of struggle with like those differences or like that type of thinking. I don't know.
I
I
think
guess
we're
I just don't understand where this show goes if it doesn't try to humanize Hikaru in some way, shape, or form, if that makes
I mean,
sense.
I think it does try to like humanize him in a sense, but it's just like it's this the return to the status quo every time. But like I'm not doing that, you know. I'm not like Yoshiki.
Uh-huh.
I've seen like you know maybe after the first you kill one old lady, that's pretty bad, but like maybe you learn from there. But like he just tried to kill one of his friends because he got found out a little bit. You can just been like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like there's so many ways out of that situation because like, he just went straight to like attempted murder. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm just not in the same place the main character's at, and so I'm finding it very difficult to relate. Like, sorry that your boyfriend here is evil incarnate, but we gotta do something about that because we can't just literally every episode he shows that he's a problem, and then you just like freak out over it a little bit, and then to go right back to normal every fucking time. I need something to change for my investment in the show to exist beyond uh like just looking at the visuals and the atmosphere and being like, that's cool. I
Hmm.
need if I want to like these characters, get invested in the story, I need something to happen soon. I mean, we're halfway
Well,
through the show.
hopefully it's
I don't know.
soon.
We're just waffling around right now. Who knows? New visual. Maybe next episode is the big one. Maybe I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. It'll be a crazy episode. I'll be like, guys, we're so back. But for right now, I think the show is okay at best.
Yeah, very frustrating.
Yeah, but on to the last one with Bunny Girl Senpai. So
Bunny.
we're not at the end of
We're
this
not
arc.
finished yet, surprisingly.
I imagine we'll be done with this arc next episode.
Next episode for sure.
This is definitely
Uh,
a little bit more of a return to form for what we expect from the puberty symptoms.
yes.
When she started like growing shit out of her back, I'm like, what the fuck? But it's definitely
I'm like,
go ahead.
I'm a little confused how. So the two kind of plot lines going here with her puberty syndrome, not necessarily both related, but there's the little, they call it the poltergeist, even though episode 6 Santa Girl is like, no, that's not quite right. But either way, we'll still call it that. Um, the puberty syndrome, kind of similar to Kaide's. He even says it, but there's that. But there's also the like hashtag thing going
Yeah,
on,
hashtag dreaming.
which I'm wondering if that is more
It
of a
felt really goofy
related
to me,
to
but
her thing, or if that's going to be a like more overarching
I would imagine
plot
it's
line to
more
kind of keep track of.
overarching because that's what
That's how
Like
it feels.
what Santa Claus like kind of did there was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
gave 10 million people fucking like we were just in German. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, she did. She did just kind of flex on it. Be like,
Even
yeah, I
Sock
had about 10
yeah,
million gifts in there.
even Sakto was like, because I mean obviously Akagi here is trying to like go around and like fix as many of these as she can. I mean in order to forget about Sakta and like fix her own self. But also even he to her was like, can't fix all of these. Like you just gotta like move on, or you're gonna get yourself hurt in the process. And so even he like he's been the center of like literally all the horrible, annoying things that have happened to all these characters, and he's just like fuck it, whatever. I can't do that. I'm gonna just keep living my life, man. He deserves it.
Also, before we, I guess, talk bigger about the episodes, I'm confused about the like conversation he had with Kunimi, where he was like, they were kind of having their conversation, and he was like, "Oh, you haven't noticed," and like that came up a few different times,
I
and I
think
still haven't
he.
figured out what he was supposed to notice.
Okay, let me go back to the episode. But if I'm thinking correctly, I think it has to do with like Futaba and whatever guy she's talking to.
I assume that's what it is. Is he
Yeah,
was
that's how I
kind
took
of
it.
implying like, oh, she's moved on or something along those lines.
Well, let's even moved on. Just like Sakta's like not picking up on the fact that she is
That
like
she's, yeah.
interested in someone.
Which, if
Uh,
that's what it is, it's fair. It was just the moment that he realized it being when he saw Kunimi's girlfriend confused me.
hold on, like rewatching the scene a little bit. Yes, I thought you haven't. Fuck, maybe this is hard to do without watching like literally the entire thing.
Either way, I mean, it's not like I think what you're saying is correct. I just kind of like I picked up on that. I was like, I don't know if I'm like connecting the wrong pieces here or missing something along the way.
Um, actually no, he was okay. Never mind. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's engaged to his girlfriend or something. I don't fucking know, dude.
So I also had that thought, but
He
and
doesn't
maybe
have
I need
ring
to
or anything.
rewatch.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Maybe I need to rewatch that, see if she has a ring. But at
Maybe.
first I thought it was gonna be like a they weren't together plot line, and then immediately they were like, no, 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 that wasn't it. I was like, thank you, because I would have been stuck on thinking the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then we're introduced to Shiro Emiya as a character in Bunny Girl. It's our puberty syndrome victim. I don't know. Every time they liken her like motivations to being a hero of justice, I can only think of Shiro Emiya.
Like they always translate it as hero of justice. I'm like, surely there's gotta be like a more like straightforward way to say that. I don't know. Anyway, it just feels goofy seeing that as like a dialogue, because you would never see that in like anything else modern probably that isn't like a fantasy setting.
Yeah.
Not important. um, I don't know if I have too many thoughts right now. Is the situation's interesting with like him being kind of the cause for it. Um,
Yeah. And there's like a lot of complicated feelings connecting to that too. Because there's the her not being able to kind of like save him or do anything for him in the past. There's like some sort of I know like Futaba made the mention of like, oh, she's in love with you, of course. And I kind of like eye rolled to that and I was like, that doesn't feel totally right. But I do think there's some sort of like feeling of some sort there.
I don't know if it's love, but maybe like a
I don't
feeling
think so either.
a pang of regret for kind of watching him. She's just a bystander while he was getting shit on by everyone around him.
Everyone. Um, which I guess it's kind of nice to like have some sort of connection to like that period of his life through her and just like going through that.
Actually, something I just remembered. It's interesting. Um, so she said in his yearbook that he had written, "I hope to reach kindness one day," but he hadn't actually written that
And
because
he
in
did not
this
write that.
timeline, he hadn't met Shoko because he had saved. Like the future
Yes.
Shoko was not a thing because of the events of movie one, and so
Yes. Which we found that out at the end of the most recent episode, I
I don't remember if it
believe.
was the end of the most recent or not. But basically, I'm wondering how she fits into the timeline now because I guess she holds memories from like the previous
Yeah,
time.
she
Like,
holds memories from the other timeline. Yeah.
I wonder if maybe because I feel like everyone that like gets affected with the puberty syndrome tends to like have more resistance to its like memory altering shit that it
Hmm.
does. So I wonder if she's like held this issue onto her for like basically her entire life, and maybe like started to get over it, and then eventually Sakura comes back into the picture and reignites that, and then there's like the dreaming stuff going on. And she's trying to like occupy herself with that so she doesn't think about him. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how this arc concludes here. And we'll probably get
Yeah.
like a 3 and 3 for the last two novels in this, I'm guessing.
I assume so. It's just weird to me. I mean, I don't know the content of the next two arcs, obviously. It's odd to me that this is the one that has an extra episode.
I mean, I guess we don't know the content. I fully understand
That's
why
what I'm saying.
the previous
Like,
one only being 3 makes like perfect sense because it was
it's just the
pretty
last one.
straightforward.
I'm surprised isn't the one with 4. I guess is the better way to word that.
It's probably like maybe like the implications of this arc on
I
future
guess,
arcs.
yeah, I guess this is also the one that really introduces the Toko Kirishima stuff up front. So
Yeah, I don't know.
sorry, I
Yeah, I think
sneezed.
you're good.
I'm back.
I guess like my main thing with these episodes, I don't know. I'm still like so confused with like Toko's like what she's like I think we talked about it last time, but it was like I think we were at like episode 3 or something. But like she's like it still feels like an agent of chaos. Like that's like the that's just
So
my vibes from her.
they made an interesting comment about her in one of the episodes. I watched them all back to back to back in the last 3
Mhm.
episodes. But they made an interesting comment about her where they were kind of like likening her existence to Mai's bunny girl puberty syndrome,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, true, right.
But they
Yeah.
also were kind of it they had mentioned, okay, it's been 2 years since Toko Kirishima appeared, and they kind of were implying like if she is the same like case as Mai was, then like she's been living that invisible life for these whole 2 years.
Right.
They
Yeah,
had a
that's
conversation
basically
about
the same
that.
as Maya at the time, right? Or like at least at the beginning of
Well,
what
she
was
hadn't
the
been,
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
she hadn't been in like the literal like puberty syndrome sense, but yeah. So there is some interesting like directions I feel like they can go with that, where it's like, okay, so she's been essentially alone for 2 years. Is that some form of motivation for her kind of like taking that out on other people? Or like that maybe that's the way that she is able to maintain existing, right? Like there's a few different levels of like content I could see with the fact that they've kind of taken
Well,
the bad end if Sakuta had not saved Mai, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I already feel like they're putting solid groundwork for her to be kind of like
My team.
an antagonist position, but not necessarily like an antagonistic character.
Yeah, I don't think she's like evil or anything. It's just like, I mean, the parallels to Mai are like too. I mean, there's a reason they pointed it out, right? So yeah, I don't know.
I
She
wonder
still
if
feels like just so chaotic to me, but yeah.
I
because
think
like
it'd be fun if she's like in a literal sense, like the Mai that he wasn't able to save.
that's
Mm.
what I was because 2 years would have been I think like basically the start of the show, right? So
Bro,
like maybe
yeah.
he saves Mai
Yeah.
from going invisible. Maybe does like puberty syndrome have like a goal in mind by
Well, in this
creating?
timeline, there is no Shoko, but there is Mai. I don't know. There's some weird shenanigans that could happen with the fact that we've kind of crossed timelines, and we're already seeing that with the current arc. I don't know. I like what they're setting up with her character. I'm interested to know what her actual like motivations and just in existence in general will kind of be.
Yeah, we'll see. Sure, it's gonna be something wacky. Because her, I don't know, her existence like gives a lot of like potential for goofy things.
The fact that she said like, what was it, like 10 million people have puberty syndrome? Like that's
Yeah,
kind of insane
10
too.
million, 10 million gifts.
10 million? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's why I feel like what we were kind of saying with the dreaming hashtag being connected to that makes sense because it's almost like micro
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah, because it's just a matter of people having the dreams, and then they also like have to then tweet it out in order for it to like be real. So everyone gets like one free future vision. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say on that right now. It almost feels like it'd be easier to like wait for the arcs to finish before talking about them in Bunny Girl.
Before talking about them.
It could be. I mean, I
I
do
was
think
kind of
each
hoping
individual
that's what was
episode
going
had
to
some
happen
interesting stuff.
today.
Yeah.
Like Bunny Girl is definitely one of those shows that I like to kind of let the 3 episodes build up and then watch all 3 of them and absorb the whole arc in one sitting, which didn't happen today. But
I watched 4 or 5 and then 6 later, but yeah.
I've just been going through them weekly since probably actually just the start. I've just kept up with it.
just with the move and everything, there was definitely a week or two, the move in Canada and all of that. I definitely didn't watch basically anything for a couple weeks, and so I've been in catch-up mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. However,
Well,
perhaps
we got to be in
next.
catch-up mode for summer pockets of which watch, I
Yeah,
guess.
we gotta catch up to them.
That's the next. That's
we
the
have,
next
like,
That's the
phase.
next step.
We have half a core to talk about.
Uma
To be
Musume is
fair,
the next step, and then after
Well,
that is
well, yeah, of course. Next episode, I'll be like, guys, I completed literally all of Uma Musume. And then...
with this much
I'm
Witch Watch,
directing the next
surely
Uma
there's
Musume.
plot.
Did you ever play Uma Musume Spad, or did you just forget about
I
it?
downloaded it on my phone. I started playing a little bit yesterday, but that's about it. I haven't like gotten super into it, but
I see, I see.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I did get it on my phone. I figured on my phone is like probably like a little more convenient because I'm not. I'm only at my like actual PC and like nighttime mainly. So
Make it easier for the addiction to take over if it's on the go.
yeah, people at work are gonna see. No, just kidding. I don't know. I'll play this on my lunch break, man. That's about
you
it.
wouldn't catch me dead playing this shit on my lunch, my breaks.
Yeah,
Yeah, my cubicle.
I think I might have logged
They
on
can't-
like one time.
they
to,
can't see
like,
my Taiki shuttle.
Because motherfuckers always be requesting shoes in the morning in the club, and I gotta like, I never my daily donates in because everyone by the time I'm off work, everyone's already donated to. yeah. Anyway, I think that'll be
Yep.
the end of this here episode. If you liked it, remember to like, comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars, all that good stuff. Whatever platform you're on. YouTube and audio only, both is the Order and Anime Podcast. We are the only one. Can't possibly miss us. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. EST, without fail, except for when we do, there will be a new episode out for you to enjoy. So once again, thank you for listening. We hope to see you in another episode. Goodbye.